I've been following you for a
in
long
one piece.
time.
Thank you. Welcome.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
so nice to see you.
Have a seat, please. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. You know, with all this snow dancing in the middle of the. Hi.
I'm so happy to meet you. I'm Steve's wife.
Hi, Steve's wife.
Yes.
Have a seat
I'm
there, please.
Karen.
Thank you, Karen. Okay.
I'm Ellen, by the way.
Ellen. Ellen? Yes.
Oh, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Johnny.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I've been following along.
Have a seat. Yes, have a seat. Hi.
How's it going, Romana?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. So sorry, we have.
Come sit over here, and so
Another
we can
group?
get you in a.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. Great. Thank you.
Family members, or just
No.
a group of friends? Yeah, decided to come all together.
Now.
Nope.
Yeah?
No,
No. Okay.
different times.
Different times,
Yeah.
all merging into my timeline. Right. Awesome. Yes. Yes.
No time.
Our time, exactly. Did you guys wait for a long time? When, no?
20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah, something like that.
Because I was worried a bit there when you guys were waiting. I'm like, oh, I don't want people waiting outside.
No, I just found out on Telegram as you guys were coming down. I figured I'd know which time to get over here around.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Coffee?
No, it's
No?
fine.
You guys are good?
We're good. Thank
Okay.
Oh,
You have any burning questions that you want to ask Queen Romana? Not just on Telegram, but in the flesh?
yeah.
Yeah?
Is there any kind of a timeline for the EBS? I guess you probably got that question a million times already.
The EBS. I already did your EBS.
No. I mean,
Which
like,
one?
with
Which
the
EBS would you
global,
like?
Are they going to have like a global one?
The
A
global
lot of
one.
people that are not really getting it. A lot of people around here, like the mainstream media, is
Well, the mainstream
really
media.
terrible, right?
Yes.
It's,
Your mainstream media won't give you an EBS, not at this time. And your Canadian and global EBS, I've been delivering to you guys. I'm not quite sure whether
I've been watching.
you guys have been watching, but I've delivered. These guys here can't see.
Trying to.
Yes, I've delivered your EBS when I went to Ottawa and burnt the corporation flag. I delivered the EBS when I declared your martial law, February 5th. No one seems to pay
I'm
attention
watching
to.
it, like we're all watching, but there's a lot of people out there that are.
Oh, don't worry
just-
about the other people. They will wake up in their own
Oh, God.
timeline and they'll be forced to jump into this timeline because they have no choice whatsoever.
Yeah,
and-
I can't wait for that.
Anyone who keeps on denying the existence of Queen Romana, guess what? She's backed by the U.S. Armed Forces and the global forces, and whether they like it or not, her reign in Canada will be enforced by any means and all necessary. So, it's just that. And also, if you guys were paying attention, the US is no longer leading us. It's Canada that's leading the world. If you have mentioned, and many people will say Queen Romana keeps repeating this, but I have invited President Putin into the NATO alliance. It's not the old NATO, it's the new NATO with the white hat alliance, and he is part of that. Russia's part of that. And I have asked NATO alliance to back off from Ukraine and allow the Russian special forces and our alliance to go in there and clean up. And I have said we are removing the deep state government of Ukraine. They're not in any position to negotiate, and so they will be removed hell or high water.
We're just taking out all the eugenics labs and stuff like that.
That's right, and right now President Putin and his forces are cleaning up Ukraine.
Swamp.
Yes. And of course the old deep state gang is trying to make it look like Russia has invaded Ukraine. No,
Democracy or something.
exactly. We are liberating Ukraine and is supported by NATO alliance and the global alliance. So the media illusion and manipulation, they've been using crisis actors and even footage from several years from different countries. that's no longer going to work. It's not working for them anymore. They have also no more financial control, and that's why last night I said there, the SWIFT system is kaput, because they keep on saying, oh well, they're going to cut off Russia from the SWIFT system. We have the QFS that has been running for over a year. SWIFT system has been disabled for quite some time. No one has realized that. So again, this is the illusion that they're trying to portray to the public, and they're trying to agitate the world. But there's nothing that they can do now. So the whole world is not going to put up with all of the wars.
No, it's getting
And-
old.
Yes, and as I said, war is not going to be allowed. But some of you may have read that I said we are in Con 1,
Yeah.
which is the highest and the imminent nuclear attack. Well, because the deep state that's hanging on to their whatever small force they have left in Europe is trying to agitate Russia and writing all of the sanctions, blah blah blah, and then trying to attack Russia. And so that's why Russia Putin increased his anti-nuclear defense system and alerted his people. And so I did also, although the United States didn't, they kept it at level 2. And
Let's
so
say
that's
that
why
orange.
last night I said Kingdom of Canada and the United States DEFCON 1. They're not gonna tell their people, I will. Well, that's my people too over there. So this is what it is. That's where we are. So in case someone said, no, she doesn't exist, she only exists in Telegram, well, guess what?
No.
That's the one that's actually running the world. You may not like it, you may not be prepared for it, but it's here. And that's just that. So,
Sounds good.
yes.
Another question here.
Sure.
Does your convoy have any correlation with the rollout of Jacera? Because it seems like it's roughly around the same time, because the banks, their extension ends on March 1st or March 2nd.
What do you think?
I have the feeling that it is.
It's correlating a bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And of course, there's the talk about the SWIFT system being kaput, right? I can't give all of you guys the answer. You know, you have
No,
to.
well,
We're
we're digging.
You-
We're digging.
yes. But I know you guys are right there. You know, it's like yes, it's happening, right? So yes. But right now the priority is to make sure everything in Canada, all of the restrictions, have been lifted, because I lifted it February 3rd. But you know, some of the deep state operatives are trying to hang on to
We
their
got one here.
non-existent power. Yes, and well, today Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador, 12:01 exactly, lifted all of their restrictions. Isn't that
Full
funny?
time, man.
Probably they were watching Queen Romana's what is it, that turn around, the convoy turn around. I'm like, I'm not going into PEI. I'm not gonna put up with that nonsense. So they have now missed the opportunity to have their queen go into their island because they didn't stand up for themselves. That's what it is. I am not only letting everyone know that you have a new queen, but also I am making sure that we the people themselves stand up and claim their freedom, because it's there. I have done all the heavy lifting with the Global Alliance. Canadians have to take their freedom back. I can't do it all by myself. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
We gotta get more people to stand up.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And just remember, at any moment, remind yourselves, she's backed up by the U.S. Armed Forces and the Global Alliance. So whatever nonsense that's happening still here, it's just because people are not standing up.
No, I totally get it. Nobody can go around and say that they're the queen without being arrested.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. You can't go around and because otherwise they'd be like, well, she's impersonating the Queen of England.
No, that's impossible. I know it's impossible.
Yeah. So And the higher ups, the military, the RCMP, the police higher ups, they know. They know. It's
So,
just
yeah.
the lower part that are not yet aware of whom their new boss is. There was one in Ottawa. We were passing by, and some of my team members overheard a police officer saying, "Oh, that's our new queen. She's a psycho or something like that." Yeah, a psychopath. And I'm like, well, it does take a psychopath to actually liberate you guys from communist
From the
China.
psychopaths.
Exactly. So, you know, I'd be happy to wear that badge. No problem.
Yeah,
If it
that's
means,
That's a medal.
exactly. If it meant liberating the entire country. So, yes, psychopath it is.
Whatever word you want to give you, who cares?
Exactly. Yes, who cares? Or your opinion is none of my business.
Yeah.
Enjoy your freedom. That's right. So
Yeah.
that was another one in Ottawa. Yeah.
Is there any other questions, guys?
Is it true about our birth certificates being used for nefarious reasons?
Correct. Yes.
Really? So what's going to happen with that?
Nothing at all. It will not exist.
Okay.
Yes. They have used it to create. They traded
On the stock market.
the stock market to create more fake money. That's what they've
So
done.
that's stopped. It doesn't happen anymore.
Yes.
And I would say that's the same with the digital ID rollout.
Yes,
That will be
none,
kaput.
none.
I figured as
Just
much.
like I said, there's no bitcoins. No bitcoins in Canada. And I also said that we will have physical money, not just digital money, and we will not have cryptocurrency. Digital money is the one that's backed up by gold, but we will also have cash that is equal to 1 when it comes to $1 equals $1 worth of gold. So we're gonna have that. And I've also said that barter. Start bartering, guys. There's no income tax in Canada, and there's only one tax. Gisera actually said 17. I said 10. So if you guys are watching that I'm actually doing even more in terms of what Gisera is a guidance, yes, and countries signed on it to not have wars, but in terms of how to manage their countries, it's independent. So that's why I'm able to, reduce our taxes even more, and all that free utilities, what have you.
Will it be like a restaurant? So will that be paid out? Will that be paid in restaurant? Like the income tax that was say it was taken out?
Well, your income tax was given to
Corporation.
the corporation, and they use that for wars. But just to make sure you guys realize that the real Canada, the Kingdom of Canada, has a lot of money from the gold that we've recovered from the Vatican, and also, of course, all the money that they've stolen from Canada. So there's that money. But as far as your taxes that has been given to the corporation, they've laundered your taxes, and they've used it for
So,
wars.
Funded
Exactly.
their own agendas.
Exactly, they funded their agendas.
Well, we funded
So-
their agendas without knowing it.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of money, so don't worry.
Yeah, I've seen some videos there, right, where they found some of these paperwork and they're going through it, and it's like astronomical numbers.
Has that been signed twice? Like, I heard rumors that it was signed back in the mid '90s by Clinton. Did they do another contract of that because it was never introduced?
No, actually, they forced Clinton, the generals forced Clinton for their Nisera,
Yep.
for them, and then that was expanded when it became Gisera when other countries joined. But they joined only under the condition that they won't enter into wars. How they run their countries is independent, so there's no one world order as the nefarious people are trying to do.
Yeah.
So
Order could be used in two different ways, right?
exactly. So that's why, as I said, I'm able to reduce our taxes even more because the U.S. said, well, we have 17 and you lowered it to 10. And I'm like, well, Canada first, remember?
Yeah.
So you can always follow Canada. And I wanted my people to have more money in their pockets. I want them to be as rich as possible, so I don't have to worry about all of you guys. Because that's the main thing. When our people are poor, guess who carries the bag? The government, right? But when you guys are rich, I don't have to worry about you guys.
Are you saying we'll be rich because we won't have to pay taxes and other
Well,
bills?
yeah, what are you going to do with all of that? You know, 100% now that they used to take 35 to 52% of all of your income. Now, and all of those taxes that they added on top of the taxes,
Yes.
and now you don't have that. You only have
Plus the free energy that we're
exactly
supposed to be getting.
free utilities.
Now, what about pensions? Like people that aren't eligible for pensions,
Yes.
or that's all.
That will be there. That will be there. It'll be restructured so you guys have more money. I don't want all of this money. I'm not here for that. I can live in an RV like this and I'm just fine. In one room is good. Don't need palaces and castles. So all of that money is being returned to the weedy people. And I don't know if you guys have read some of my royal decrees. I have made it unlawful and illegal for people in Canada to be poor, homeless, and hungry.
Okay, so would you like to sign now, Queen? Everyone's-
I'm just gonna
Usually
take a
I
picture
sign
of all your
100 of
beautiful
this, and then they
faces.
go, well, maybe you should sign it in front of them so it's more, you know,
Authentic. Yeah.
it's more authentic and they're witnessing and it's not the Raven that's signing all of it.
I haven't even signed
So-
one. Okay.
No,